What is up, boys? Fudge Gaming here, and welcome to my Seraph guide within Black Ops 3. She's the 5th specialist character in Black Ops 3, and she's also the first one who isn't unlocked from level 1, she's actually unlocked from level 22. Her specialist weapon is the Annihilator, and her specialist ability is combat focus. So let's get straight into the Annihilator. The Annihilator is a massive high caliber revolver that fires devastating rounds with increased bullet penetration. And it also says, designed specifically for Seraph, firing its high caliber pistol's depleted uranium rounds would break the arm of a non-augmented soldier. So it is, as I've literally just said, an extremely powerful weapon. I actually think it's the most powerful weapon in the whole of Call of Duty. It is a one-shot kill at any distance, short and long range, which would make it very useful for shooting enemies across the map, which sort of turns it into like a pocket sniper, as well as being able to use at point blank range in a hectic situation. Another good thing about the Annihilator is that it's got high penetration, so it can kill enemies through walls extremely easily. So for example, if you see someone in a building, you know full well that they are through the wall. All you gotta do is just shoot your Annihilator through it, and it should be powerful enough to go straight through it and kill the enemy. And also, another thing that I really like about the Annihilator, which you wouldn't really expect, is that it does deal massive damage to enemy score streaks. I've tried it out, and I think it does destroy the UAV and the counter UAV, and if your accuracy is good enough, it can also kill the hater in just one shot. And while these are all good and well, obviously very strong features with the Annihilator, there are a few things that sort of put it down a little bit. Firstly, you do have to be deadly accurate with the Annihilator to get kills. So if your accuracy isn't good enough, you will end up wasting shots and potentially not enjoying the Annihilator as much as you would if you actually had good accuracy. Another downside to the Annihilator, which is actually a common theme with the specialist weapons in Black Ops 3, is that they are able to wipe out multiple enemies in a short space of time. However, the Annihilator isn't actually able to do that. It is very rare that you're going to walk into a room, see about 4 people and actually kill all 4 of them, because the Annihilator does take quite a while from when you shoot it to when you're able to shoot the next bullet, so you probably are going to get killed in that space of time. So I actually would recommend using this in free-for-all or maybe even team deathmatch, but a hectic game mode like domination, it might not work as well as other specialist weapons. So yeah guys, they are the main positives and negatives of the Annihilator, so let's just get into the charge times. So the TDM and free-for-all charge time for the Annihilator is 5 minutes, and the points needed is 1,250. However, slap on overclock and it changes to 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and the points needed is only 940. So overall, the Annihilator is a strong weapon to use in Black Ops 3. If you have good accuracy, I will stress that, because if you haven't, I mean, I don't really think there's any point using it. And if you got good accuracy like me, then it can be a very, very good weapon to use, and because of this, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah guys, that was the Annihilator. Now let's move into the combat focus. And while the combat focus is active, all score earned will trigger a bonus multiplier towards score streaks, and this bonus multiplier is just a flat double. Everything you get will be doubled. So you get a kill, it's 100, it'll be obviously 200, so on and so forth. And because of this, the combat focus doesn't really require me to say much. It is a pretty self-explanatory specialist ability. However, there are a few strategies and I guess tactics you could use while using the combat focus to get the most out of it. And the first main one, which is sort of goes without saying, is that you can maximize it by capturing objectives and destroying equipment, things like that. So, you know, in hardpoint, capturing hardpoints, in domination, getting the flags, destroying trip mines, C4s, shock charges, whatever it is going to get you a multiplier on your score streak, which helps out a lot. And obviously the more things you're doing in the game to get your score, the more score you are going to be multiplying with the combat focus. Another sort of strategy you could use is comboing the combat focus with anti-up and overclock. This because obviously overclock allows you to get that combat focus quicker and more times a game, and with anti-up you get that little boost whenever you spawn in. I think it's 150 score. Helps out a lot to get your score streaks, especially if they are quite high level and you don't really get them that much, you might not be that much of a skilled player. Put on the combat focus and these 2 perks and you should see yourself getting them a lot more often. And the final thing you can do to maximize the amount of score streaks you get is sort of hanging back, not playing too aggressive when you have the combat focus active, because obviously you can get a few kills, get close to getting one of your score streaks, and then because you're playing aggressively, prone to dying, you might just easily get killed, whereas if you just sit back, maybe pick them off as they come to you, you might have a better chance of getting those streaks that you need. And one thing that I've noticed, and you've probably noticed too, is that not a lot of people actually use combat focus in Black Ops 3. I mean, it's not a bad specialist ability, but because it doesn't actually improve your game, obviously it does, it gets your score streaks, but it doesn't immediately improve your game like something like kinetic armor or, I don't know, psychosis might do. So if you don't see many people using combat focus, don't think it's because it's bad, it's because it's just not as immediately good as others. So anyway, moving into the charge times for combat focus, the charge time without overclock is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, points needed is 1130, with overclock it is 3 minutes and 23 seconds, point needed is 850. This is actually the longest and I guess worst charge time for a specialist ability in Black Ops 3. Second is kinetic armor, but anyway, that is combat focus. In my opinion, it is quite an underrated specialist ability, not used very often like I've said. Because of that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So anyway guys, that has been the Black Ops 3 specialist guide for Seraph. Next episode is going to be Nomad, probably the worst one in the game. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also follow me on Twitter, links in the description. And my name is Fudge Gaming, and I will see you guys in the next video.